Hey, IDS 302, let's do this. Module 4, Video 1, Take 1. Um, let me start with the name of the class. Okay, as many of you know why I'm uh, mentioning this. It is interdisciplinary inquiry skills. Okay, so interdisciplinary inquiry skills, IDS 302. What you're doing here is you're applying your interdisciplinary skills to a research project. And, just be aware of that. That's what you're taking. Okay. How about, okay, I don't want to talk about that. Hey, I did see an ad on YouTube yesterday. Man, it was for karma or something. I don't know if you guys seen this thing. I had to keep watching it for like 5 minutes. It was a woman who claimed that, she was raised by an alcoholic, beaten, left her dad or mom died, went, homeless, blah, 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 got a job. Things were, well, actually, she helped a homeless guy. Next thing you know, in the mail, she got a bracelet saying, wear this for good luck, good fortune. She started wearing it and everything changed. She got promoted at work. She bought a house. She went traveling. Always had that bracelet on. And then one of her trips, she lost the bracelet. And then things started falling apart in her life. It was just bad. But then she got a call from one of her friends who said, hey, I got a bracelet like the one you had, and everything is going great. So she got another bracelet, and things turned around again. This time she got her dream boyfriend or something, and big house again, and everything was great. So she decides to pass along this secret to the masses with the bracelet called this karma thing. I don't know. It's like special stones and things. She tells you how to wear it, your dominant hand. Um, I don't know how much it was. You had to push shop now. Please, as critical thinkers, as people who should not depend on this sort of grifting to accomplish what you want in life, I think we could laugh at that, but it's also pitiful that people have to rely on that. You know, I'm sorry, but horoscopes and calling astrologists. I'm all 100% in favor of changing your thoughts to change your mind. I'm 100% for meditation in terms of relieving stress, calming yourself, staying focused, being thankful, having gratitude in your life. There's many ways you can change your life through your mind and such, and you don't need a bracelet to do it. Anyways, that was just one thing. I bring it up only because, again, my goal here is to try to let you step up a few notches in your consuming of knowledge, and there's no knowledge behind that. Okay, there's just writing and appealing to people's sense of desperation, and none of which are good. All right. Anyways, I also looked at a article I saw, a science-related one, about humans reached the Americas 15,000 years earlier than thought, and it basically says that uh, they talk about the research, okay, and it's pretty legit. Now the site is New Scientist, but they just compile and talk about research that occurred. It's a very interesting article. I'm going to include this in the email just to give you an idea because I think it's pretty cool, and it seems, and there was a part of it. Okay, so I think that was the other link that I had, and that one says that. Now I followed that one. Wait, didn't I find that one off of this one? Uh, oh, wait a second. No wonder why. Because I was going to talk to you about that BMJ that I talked about. Thanks to one of your peers, she's familiar with this site through a friend, I think, and they post a lot of stuff like masks don't help and things like that. So Yeah, again, be careful. I don't know. I didn't have enough time to research that. Okay, the link I got up that New Scientist was first Americans may have been Neanderthals 130,000 years ago. Now, it's an extraordinary piece of research, but it's based on very thin evidence of these fossil bones from mastodons and how they were cracked open and things indicative of use of tools, et cetera, et cetera. But I wanted to point out especially, which is relative to what we're doing, is that well, a couple of comments. It would seem likely that whoever arrived there 130,000 years ago didn't survive very long. We're going through an ice age. They probably walked across a land bridge between what is now Russia and Alaska. Okay, but both researchers and many others, here we go, express extreme caution about the conclusions. Quote, broken bones and stones alone do not make a credible archaeological site, in my view. Okay, so again, remember that humility, okay? They're not saying, wow, we did this, we discovered it, they're here 130,000 years ago. No, they're being very cautious, okay? They're talking about which type of the simple stone tools of a similar age have been found only one place, Homo floresiensis, the Hobbit, left a record of relatively simple tools on the Indonesian island of Flores, but even those tools show a level of complexity not seen at the Mastodon site. Quote, if these are indeed humanly modified artifacts, they make the typical Hobbit tool look like an iPhone. So you get that. So researchers are looking at this, okay? They're spending years looking at this stuff, okay? The paper has come through thorough peer review, but many of us still want to see supporting evidence of this ancient occupation from other sites before we abandon the conventional model. So note here that they're talking about moving science forward, okay? Notice, remember, I just mentioned meditation. If you go back a few decades, meditation was new agey Eastern philosophy. Alan Watts talked about it, brought to US a lot in terms of his talks. Now it's mainstream. Now we've got websites about meditating to music, transcendental meditation, meditation for manifesting. It's a legit exercise for the body. There is science backing it up now in terms of what it can result in. All right. So again, they're just trying to talk here about a new discovery, writing a paper, having it peer reviewed, but being very cautious in what it means, not making over the top claims. Okay. But it is science and it keeps pushing that envelope. I'm going to include this link as well. And I hope you understand why I'm bringing those things up. Okay. In terms of step 3 and your discussion board that I just looked at, just make sure that you look at that sample of the annotated bibliography. It's so important because if you follow that, I'm going to look at it. My first curb appeal is going to be awesome. Then I'm going to get into your content and I no doubt would probably say awesome. If I pull up to the curb and I look at it and go, oh my God, what is this? How do I make sense of this? How do I get through this? Even if your sources are great, it's going to be so hard for me because it's not formatted as an annotated bibliography. All right. So check what I wrote about your sources. I didn't really judge your sources for too many, but also be careful that you're not using the same source for multiple things. Okay. It just is indicative of a lack of rigor, okay, of lack of you looking at what others are saying instead of saying the same person that happened to have written 3 articles, okay? All right, let's go with Easter egg number 1. You get 2 choices here. I watched the survey videos or I will watch the survey videos, okay? I know my YouTube channel isn't going to take the count if you're watching it off the canvas, so I don't know that, but nothing's changed. 2 views and 1 view. I think they're all mine. But I posted those. I know you got to get a lot of other things done first, but be sure you watch those videos and take that into consideration. Now, I don't pre-screen your survey. I don't have the time. I can't offer that to 49 students, so I can't offer it to anybody. All right. If you have a specific question about a specific question, I'll help you with that. Okay. But I won't just look it over. But I will emphasize again, age gender have to be there, come first. I've had so many students that just ignore that, and I don't know why. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, because what are you going to compare? You can compare older, younger, men, women, other, whatever. It's a starting point, okay? Yes, you can put in, if your income is an important factor, then yeah, go income under 20,000, 20,000 to 40, right, 20 to 30. Break it down how you ever. That's fine. It's an anonymous survey, okay? If you want to go ethnicity, go ahead, but give people multiple choice. Do not fill in the blank, okay? I will allow an other in ethnicity if you want, but you need to cover ethnicities, races as you know them, okay? Um, any other specific questions, please think about it. And one of the reasons another reason besides the time that I don't pre-screen, pre-review surveys is because I want to see how you do on your own, because I can't do it because there's too many different topics involved. And I want to see at the end of it where you're going to go to yourself, you're going to say, dang it, I should have asked them this, should have asked them that. Now, while that doesn't help you in this class, I think it helps you in life generally to understand how to think of certain things, how to see certain things. I could have asked that, I could have done that, boom. That's going to be important. So before you throw that survey out there, make sure you're okay with it. Even though we are crunched for time, I understand that, okay? The readings this week. Things are pretty light because we're going to get into heavy duty step 4. I'll talk about that in a minute. But, from this text, chapter 12, the value of interdisciplinary studies, it's only about 5 pages. If you don't read it, why are you here, right? Why are you taking interdisciplinary studies? You want to be able to sell it. These are places where you gather that material. I'm not going to give you the secret recipe for selling yourself as an interdisciplinarian, but you do need to have these in your toolkit. And remember, you're not an interdisciplinary, okay? That's an adjective. You are an interdisciplinarian, okay? You've studied interdisciplinary studies. You've worked on integrative studies, okay? Just be really disciplined with your terminology. Otherwise, it'll just come off as, wait a second, how can you be interdisciplinary? No, you're not. All right, you're an interdisciplinarian who has some interdisciplinary skills, okay? The discussion, thinking outside the box, I throw that in there. It's the closest thing we have to make work, I think, this late in the game. But I guess this is where I really want you to push, because right now you kind of know what your disciplines are, the concentrations you're going to use for your research. Just for the heck of it, expand it. You don't have to use these in your paper, but I got a long list of disciplines that are fields that are considered disciplines. Take a look at it. Pick out some oddballs. Pick out the ones you're using. Talk a little bit about that. Why does it work for you in this way? It's an exercise like you go to the gym and you lift a lot more weight than you do in real life because it trains you to be strong throughout life. Same way of expanding your mind and thinking about outside the box disciplines helps you when you bring it in to understand where you could possibly go, right? So that's a good one. Okay, your survey link. We're going to be doing the surveys, and you're going to post your link in the discussion board. No responses needed, but by the time, the due date comes on these things, you should have it posted because I would like you then to go through and help your peers. If you don't, you're being really selfish, okay? I had a class last, of 24 students in session A. Some people only got 9 responses to their survey. Now that's just sad because that means A, other students didn't participate, and B, how do you only know 9 people that could do that? I was one of them too. So what I'm saying is that please make an effort to assist each other. For goodness sakes. Again, if everybody did everybody's surveys, we'd be done. That'd be over 40, right? Now, again, like I say in the survey video, it kind of skews the data because you're all students, you're all this, you're all that. There's a few that are older, mature, different demographics, but depends on where you think you're going to get responses from, and use those responses effectively. But I talk about that in the videos. If you have any questions about those, let me know, okay? Let's talk about step 4. Okay, step 4 is my low battery on my iPad. Okay, step 4, I can plug it in. Hold on a second. Sorry, you guys. It's ridiculous. I don't hear it charging. Step 4. I'm going to change it for the fall and moving forward. It should be worth 150 points, maybe even more. And steps 1 should be worth 50 at the most. Okay? They weren't all equal, and I'm seeing that now, okay? There's just not a lot of effort needed for step 1. Step 2 is a little more rigorous. Step 3, you got to follow a particular sample that is real clear on what you need to do. Step 4 and 5, man, those are tough steps. I need to make those a lot higher points. So don't blow that off. Step 4, the sample is critical. Okay. She did such a great job on this last course that I am just, boom, using it as the example. You need to follow that. If you don't, you're going to get dinged heavily, because that's how I need it to be. It's so important that I took the submission page, which is on the end for like next Sunday, and I copied everything and I moved it ahead to a page that should appear much earlier in the module, because I want you to see. I don't want you to wait till Saturday to look at this thing. You're going to get like 60 points out of 100. I can almost guarantee it. I'm really going to expect something out of this. And you can see how challenging it is, because you're dealing with disciplinary conflict, resolving it. You're dealing with some of these things. And she did such a great job on it. I want to show you how it's done. Okay. Real important, because this is where we get into the actual integrative skills. How do we integrate? We're not just doing multiple disciplines, biology and communication. No, where do they conflict? All right. What if you're doing architecture and dentistry and you're talking about bridges? Architecture bridge, dental bridge. Oh, now I know that's rare, but this is my extreme example. Okay, there's conflicts. All right. Okay, so that's important. Very important. Let's see. All right. So, Easter egg number 2, must review the sample. Must review the sample. So if you don't, you're going to get just slammed. And a sample is posted 2 places in the module 4, okay? All right, so then module 4 is due next Sunday. Again, we only have 15 days left. This class is over August 11th. I'm going to double check my calendar. 1, 2, 3, 10. Wait. Okay. Where's my schedule? All right. So this class today is, I'll post this today. So starting tomorrow, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 days. Let's call it 16 days. Okay. Let's call it 16 days. And in those 16 days, you're going to be writing 2 sizable papers, step 4, step 5. But step 5 also is a compilation of everything you've done from step 1. That's where the chef's kiss beauty of your paper ends up coming through, okay? So I want you to stay on task on this. Plan accordingly, okay? Again, as you can tell, I'm being very liberal with deadlines. I haven't charged anybody a late fee in a long time in this course, because I got you on task. And now I'm saying I'm not going to punish you for some arbitrary deadline that I make that might not fit with your lifestyle right now. Okay, so submit when you can, tell me. But remember, everything is done August 11th. There's nothing that can be accepted when midnight strikes. My Jeep turns into a pumpkin, I turned into a mouse, and we're on our way back to wherever Cinderella was from. All right, so let's do a strong Easter egg number 3, which is only 16 days left. Easter egg number 3, only 16 days left. I'm coming in under 20 minutes right now. Forks up.